Moana 2 is near, and what's a Disney movie without the magical feeling music? I spoke to Grammy-award winners Emily Bear and Abigail Barlow about their barrier-breaking impact, becoming the youngest and only female songwriting duo to write the full soundtrack for a Disney animated film. Check it out. It's great to be speaking with you both today. You are the youngest duo and only female team to just really come out here, get your full soundtrack with a Disney animated film. First of all, have you had the time to just kind of stop and smell the roses?
This is like the first chance we have gotten. This is this press tour, this exciting moment where we get to talk about this film. I'm starting to smell them, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm like really trying to enjoy every moment because this is a crazy first to have.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But I don't think it's gonna sink in until the movie's been out for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And though this is a crazy first, you know, you guys both have been breaking barriers for quite some time now. How does that feel, not only for women and for young women, how you guys are such inspiration? So is that a big pressure, or, you know, just how does that feel on a day-to-day?
I mean, it's an honor and a privilege, I think, you know?
I mean, I think it's kind of stupid that it's happening in 2024 and it should have happened a long time ago. But with that being said, really, really honored because so many girls reach out to us and boys, but anyone who's young and didn't realize this was a career path. Mm-hmm. And their messages mean so much. My friend who I went to summer camp with just texted me yesterday and was like, my group of 7th graders, because she's a teacher now, she's like, all the boys were being mean to them and telling them they couldn't do things. And she literally pulled us up and used us as an example to be like, look, your gender does not define what you can and can't do. Look at these girls. And I'm like, oh, stop it.
That's we've done our job, you know, if that's the case, so.
What do you think is the hardest part about breaking those barriers?
Well, I mean,
trusting yourself.
Yeah, learning to trust your instincts. And also just standing up for yourself and, you know, letting your voice be heard in a room, even if it's full of just men, which I know you know.
Yeah, I feel like I've been the only girl in the room for 99% of my life. But now I have another girl. So
that's amazing. And so let's get into Moana 2. Where were the two of you when you both kind of found out that this was a thing that you were offered?
I can't remember.
I don't remember where it was either.
But I do remember when we were talking to the creative team, we were both in Utah writing
we were trying to write for another project.
Yeah. And we had this meeting and, you know, talked about why we feel like we would make a good fit and write good songs for this film. And thank goodness we got it.
But it was maybe 6 or 7 months later after that meeting when they're like, you got the job. And I remember Richard calling us and being like, you got it, but I don't remember where I was.
I don't either.
Which is kind of annoying. But,
crazy. It'll come to you as soon as I leave here and you're going to be like.
It always goes.
Abigail, you started out in the pop world, pop songs, and then for you, Emily, classical, but you also dibbled and dabbled in both dibbled and dabbled in a lot of other things. Why Moana 2? Disney, kids, animated, is it a kid at heart thing or why? Just why
I mean, we are part of the Disney generation.
Yeah, and it's every songwriter's dream to be a part of this legacy. It lives forever, and you know, I have 2 nephews who love Moana. Think Moana is their girlfriend, you know? And so when we were approached with this project, it just felt like a natural fit. Emily was 19, 20 at the time, and Moana is 19 in this film. And, you know, a lot of our struggles and things we were dealing with were sort of mirroring Moana's.
We were just trying to figure ourselves out through a huge life change, and so is Moana. And, you know, again, allowing yourself grace when you make mistakes and knowing that, you are going to keep changing no matter what. And you have to accept yourself as you are in all these, you know, new forms. Anyways, we just really, really connected with Moana on a spiritual level. Yeah. And it felt like we were writing for a friend or for us.
She is the ultimate Disney heroine too.
Yeah, no one defines her except for herself.
Yes, I love that. That's so powerful. And so how long did it take you guys to make the full soundtrack?
Well, I mean, we've been working on the project for 2.5 years now.
It's been a minute.
And we finished the writing process pretty late this summer.
Not that long ago.
Not that long ago.
Wow, that's crazy. And I feel like you both do a great job with social media and everything that comes along with it. And I think I just saw one of your videos, Emily, of just kind of going through the behind the scenes of how long it takes just to make a 15-second, thing and like of a soundtrack or something. And I think that is so crazy, but also so shows your talent and shows both of you how talented you are.
Yeah.
And being a duo, of course, you may not agree on certain things, but how do you guys kind of deal with those type of conflicts?
We were just talking about this. We don't really fight that much.
No, but when we like disagree on something or an idea, I'll be the first to be like, I'm dying on this hill,
Yeah, and what I'll usually say is,
Okay.
we rarely do that, where it's like, we like rarely are like, I'm
I will
not
fight
changing
for
my
this.
mind.
Yeah.
This is happening. And I'll just be like, okay, we'll try it. If I hate it in a week, then we can talk.
Yeah.
And usually we don't hate it in a week, so.
It's usually just compromise. Like,
Yeah.
We've gotten really good at the compromise thing.
Our tastes are similar, so it's
They're
good.
similar, but you guys come from like different,
It's honestly like the perfect blend because we have such different skill sets.
Yeah.
almost like opposites
But we like
attract, but
the
like
same
not
things.
opposite.
Yin and yang.
Yeah.
No, it's real. It's a little bit magic, if you will.
I love it. And so I do also want to bring up the fact that, around this time last week, Quincy Jones passed away. And I know how much of a role he played in your career,
Yeah.
Emily. But I wanted to just kind of know what type of mark he left on you and how his legacy will kind of live on in you.
I mean, he's the ultimate idol. I mean, at least for me. I mean, he, was in every genre, in every form of media, and touched so many lives. But at the heart of it, like, even till the day that he passed away, like, he is a slave to his craft. He loved music so much, and his hunger for learning and digesting music and understanding it more and writing more, like, never died. And that was so inspiring to me because so many people along the way lose their love for what they do, and his never died.
It's going to live on
Yeah.
for forever. That's beautiful.
Thanks. He was the best.
Yeah.
And I met him at such a wonderful place in his life. He was like my grandpa, like my musical grandpa, as cheesy as that sounds, but.
And then last question for you guys. So 2 of your songs have already been submitted to get an Academy Award. Beyond, and then tell me the other one, the Chihu.
Can I get a chihu?
Can I get a Chihu? Yes. Are we going for an EGOT?
I'm not saying anything. I did not say anything before the Grammy, and I'm not saying anything now.
Maybe that's the key.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it is.
Moana 2 drops in theaters on November 27th, just in time to watch with family this Thanksgiving holiday. Catch me back here next weekend with more in TV, movies, and all things entertainment.